As protests continue in the U.S. over the death of George Floyd, other countries have also joined in protests against police brutality, one of them being our neighbors to the south, Mexico. Joining me now is Victor Lagunas, director and reporter for Tijuana Comunica. Victor, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning. Now, before we get to the protest situation in Mexico, please update us just a bit on the latest coronavirus news. Just last week, we heard President Trump saying that Tijuana, which is where you're located, is the most heavily infected place anywhere in the world. What can you tell us about the situation in Tijuana?
Hi, Lily. Good morning. Yeah, the situation in Tijuana right now, it's the numbers, cold numbers, is 6,000 people infected, 1,200 people died in Baja California, and 65% of those people dying from COVID, it's from Tijuana, and second place, Mexicali.
So I know that, the president mentioned Tijuana has these high coronavirus numbers, but again, something else we've also seen here, which has now moved internationally, it seems like, is the protests that followed the death of George Floyd. Now, there's been calls of justice for Giovanni. What happened to Giovanni Lopez, and why has this video of his arrest now also gone viral?
So what happened with Giovanni? It's that happened in Jalisco. This young construction worker, supposedly, he wasn't wearing a mask and he got arrested. And when they went returning to his family, he was dead. But the good news about that is the governor of Jalisco just announced that the police officers were arrested. The thing that is sad, before Floyd, before Giovanni, there was Oliver, a young Tijuanense. They got killed the same way as Floyd. He got killed on camera from two police officers. That one was putting his boot on his face until he passed away. So that's really sad that nobody talked about Oliver. And that's why I'm happy you gave me this space so I can talk about what happened in Baja California. The bad news about that is that supposedly the two cops that were involved, they're now off duty, but they're working right now on the police department in desk jobs.
So you're telling me that, very similar situation happened there in your city of Tijuana, where we have seen somewhat of justice with the case of Giovanni, very similar to what we saw here in the United States with George Floyd. But you're telling me now this other case. So the officers, I'm assuming the government admitted this was wrong. They killed this person while he was under their custody. But now you said they've been reassigned. What have they said about their positions? What is happening?
Well, what I heard, they have desk jobs. And the people in charge of these police officers, they gave out a statement about the investigation was open. But the Fiscalia is the name of the people that look for if you're guilty or not. Said it's only open, but it's been like more than 2 months. I think it's really sad that nobody talked about Oliver. So that's why I'm doing it right now. We want justice for him. He was a young man. I don't know if he was a criminal or not, but I saw the video and he got killed in cold blood.
Well, we really appreciate your information and your reports. And again, hopefully we can see some justice also for him. Like you mentioned, it's been 2 months since his death. And with Giovanni, we got justice pretty quickly, very similar here in the U.S. with Floyd. So again, we really appreciate you. Thank you for keeping us updated. And again, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much, Lily, for having me.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.